What's going on, YouTube? Fellow family, look at my hair. It's fully maxed out. I just woke up, so I kind of do these when I wake up because the dreams bring quite a lot of good information. Uh, but yeah, I was watching this YouTuber, Chris Knowles. He's a pretty strange guy. Uh, and talks a lot about synchromysticism and is in media, like musician type guy, and he actually understands a lot of this weird interplay between the spirit world and art and uh, demons and art. And yeah, so last night I was listening to a show with him and Greg Carlwood, shout out to the local legend, talking about uh, Jeff Buckley and Chris Cornell. But he was doing a really good illustration on how the sirens captivate you and then pull you down into the underworld. And I literally had uh, an experience just like this. They are demonic. So I'm a musician and an addict, struggling classic artist. Except I don't make money from it, nor do I have any future. But got in a car crash, and all of a sudden it was like the world just opened up, and it was like, oh, dude, like all these opportunities come out, and I was like, did I sell my soul somehow? And no, but like the beginning of that is the beginning of evil is kind of like the trickery and laying the groundwork. It's very easy to notice now. I've always been kind of just like walking blind into it because I never believed in God or anything else. But yeah, my experience was it's all mystical, and if you study mysticism, you understand it's like reality begins with consciousness, and there's like God's brain, which really runs things, and then there's us little peons, and we can kind of like throw boomerangs, but uh, we don't really have that much power. And that's where like magicians have been able to, like, Moses and freaking John D have been able to kind of play in this stuff. And the church the more I experience it, the more I understand why the church originally burned people at the stake, because it's dangerous. It's like you don't just let somebody run around waving a gun around in public. It's kind of a similar thing if like you're outwardly practicing magic and being a dickhead about it. And like it's very, very, very important to you have to start with the foundation. Otherwise, you're going to be sacrificed to a demon in a ritual, literally. And it's really hard to talk about because it's for the most part you're not aware of it. And like they're playing on a completely another level, and it's like people have dog fights and like crab fights. The same thing with humans. We get, pushed against each other. And, the freaking people are like, stop killing each other, man. We're not getting anything out of it. It's true. It's all like we're in somebody else's card game. And yeah, you need to lay the foundation of a connection to God and stuff, and not just be like a wandering minstrel, because that's like the easiest target. Somebody that's always alone but very popular. No thanks. And they just use you for rituals without even you're not even aware of it, and it's everywhere. It's very common, right, kitty cat? But yeah, it was like now I got to deal with all this like Jezebel freaking dark feminine spirits, because it's weird. This is like a female game, which is really odd. It's like yeah, wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't believed it. And it's very hard to put together because not people, but the forces don't want you to know what's really going on with it. And it is evil. And yeah, it's literally death magic. But pull out that Uno reverse card, you know. And yeah, kind of a shame. I think that's where all these really good musicians get their inspiration. And they're like that's why they're all so many of them are just traumatized, destroyed individuals. It's because like accessing this place of inspiration uh does that to you. And a lot of other people come along and want to use you as well. There's a lot of that. And yeah, so you have to start connecting symbolism to the art, and then other people use that basically as like their rituals and like uh offers to the pagan gods and stuff that are still, they're not really gods, they're just like, you know, backhand them, backhand them around. And like you can see it, like they'll tie aspects together. Like water signs will deal with sirens, and then air signs will deal with like I forget what air is called. Earth is gnomes, and there's like, or like foxes or like little animals, and these like symbolic associations are like, it's like a giant, like uh all the world's a stage, and some people are characters that get killed first in the horror movie. And if you don't know, you're getting pushed around like a pawn. It's very easy to get caught up with your pants down. But it feels to me that like these are like corrupted higher entities that are almost like bored, and they live so long they only want meaning and storyline. And they'll like I said, you're the first person to get killed off in a horror movie or whatever. And this is done, there's a lot of research on like the demonic spell casting of Hollywood. And this stuff will go on like well, as this was happening, there's this movie Danny and the Deep Blue Sea, and like I have like a I had like a big obsession with the ocean and stuff, and it was like they're trying to tie together a storyline and ye old sacrifice. But yeah, because as this was all happening, sorry, I'm not really keen on having people listen in right now, my family, and like they'll literally like hijack people around you. It's very like it sounds crazy, but it's real, and most people are not aware of it at all. And if we're gonna freaking, this is like a key point of our time is understanding evil, and this is one of the big ones is understanding the evil that lurks in art, and this is what's happening. It's synchromysticism, and like yeah, my grandma's just kind of like hanging around at the door, and like they'll do weird shit like that where like, oh man, like I was able to get my grandma to tell me just some crazy random synchronicity things, like very high consciousness connections. It's basically like getting people to channel for you and they're totally unwilling or unknowing, and like you're able to just like, oh man, it just happens. And yeah, evil lurks big time. And most people have no idea. They're just, wandering around like dummies. And it can happen to you because I am literally nobody. And it's not all sunshine and sunsets and rainbows at all. And the world doesn't change. That's what makes it weird. Like you think there'd be like an atmosphere of evil that happens, but the earth remains neutral, and you have to be able to like identify these weird mystical spirits just on like your own mind. And in the Western civilization, we're so trained to be like, oh, you're just crazy and fucking schizophrenic and shit. And it's not the case at all. And yeah. That's where I lucked out is I was looking for wisdom. I said I want wisdom. If I had been like, yeah, I want freaking, I want to be rich and I want to freaking get to Hollywood and be somebody, very easily could have done it. And then get killed in fucking a couple years. But you take it from the mystical path, you understand it, and then you're like, yeah, why would I want that? You look at most like rock stars, they live horrible lives. And everybody's like, how could you be mad? You're like, we're so rich and so freaking set up and everything. And like, it's a internal torment that is not understood in our culture. Like I said, people just call you schizophrenic or whatever. And it's not understood at all. But yeah, it's demonic. I mean, openly, like so many people that are into music are all about this. And it's like, nah, bro, no thanks. I'll work with it, get the good music out of it, but it's like I know what I'm working with here. And it's not a freaking picnic. So many traumatized musicians and everything become famous off that because they're also getting like that's how you get into the spirit world for a lot of people. Like trauma is a very key part of it. And that's the point is like you're getting demons to work for you, but they get to use you. And most people don't even recognize they're being pushed around like a puppet. And uh it gives you real fucking power when you see what that's the game and then you don't fall into it. Like I still kind of in it, It's not easy at all, because it never ends. It doesn't stop. And this guy Chris said it's like you don't want them to notice you, because once they pick you, they never really stop until like you fully out. Even then, they probably just keep on keeping on. But yeah, and that's the super hard part of dealing with these higher realities is it gets so weird, and it takes an incredible amount of spiritual fortitude and freaking like you start to be like, what's the point? You get pulled into like this lullaby state of what's the point of this? Like life is perfect as it is. Why is any of this necessary? And then like you understand that they're kind of like, you know, uh, they're in the causal realm and making things happen because humans they're not aware enough to like affect the real world. Like we just play around in the illusion, kind of like, oh man, just little puppets, right, kitty cat? And yeah, like if you're able to follow most of us have just regular names that have gone back thousands of years, and you can start doing name associations. Symbolic associations, like I said, water sign, ocean represents the unconscious mind. That's where I was playing around in. I haven't actually watched the movies, but maybe I should watch the movie because it's got an actress I really like in it, and like there's all these little things. And the sirens, man. It's what all these Instagram hoes are. They're literally just dark spirits. Like that's how they get so like obnoxiously hot. Like they're not even real people. Like they're just a facade. And not only that, like what you want and trying to get is it doesn't work. And oh oh man, playing around with it. It's not smart. Not smart. But yeah, man, you just like I look through my music playlist now, and it's just like evil, 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 evil. And I don't think they have any idea. They just fucking play the music, you know, and live their life. Yeah, and then there's some musicians are like clearly aware of it and know how to work with it, and they're like they hold on to the good, you know. Fucking craziness. I'm not even listening to music right now. It's probably long enough to give me a copyright strike. Oh, and oh man, crazy world, crazy fucking world. I wish I could do a better job of explaining it, but A, I just woke up. B, I was not understanding it very well at all. Yeah, and freaking, it really comes about from laziness because, like, you're just freaking sitting and dicking around. You know, it doesn't fucking. There's a lot to be said for just living a good normal life and not fucking dealing with any religious stuff of any sort. Fucking, it's such a pain in the ass. Like I really fucking hate this like life and planet. And yeah, always have, always will. Just gotta get through this karma, dude. Hopefully, I'm not just making tons more bad karma. I'm really trying to just be neutral and fucking crush it and just move on. Who cares? Who fucking cares? And yeah. Oh, I really wonder. I really wonder if I was like had a mission. If I was a man on a mission, I could fucking really probably turn this into something crazy. And nah, I've seen enough. You know, I have no interest. I have to keep hammering this down in my head because it's like the, it's like the snake charmer with his flute. Like it seems like a cool, sexy thing, and it's just dog shit. And I fucking hate it. And yeah, just gotta keep learning about evil, and then it doesn't die. It especially, I mean, fucking, ugh, centuries of sin indeed. Really makes me wonder, like, what the fuck? Where is the good? Where is the good in this world? What is, what the fuck is joy? What is like actual like normal? It literally feels like everything is so fucked all the time. And yeah, all in due time, me boy. Yeah, and the dumbest part is so many people just run around like fucking retards with absolutely no idea that like they're literally on the path to hell. And it's so easy to go to heaven. And the only reason they're on the path to hell is because they're dumb and easily tricked, like I was. Because this stuff, you don't learn about this stuff anywhere. And like you can only learn it for yourself. Man. I wonder. I wonder. Yeah, no interest right now. No interest in that. But yeah, the synchromysticism. Look up Chris Knowles, man. He's got a head on his shoulders and much older and able to recognize this stuff. And he just perfectly described a lot. You know. It's very hard to put good in the world. And most people are like, the world is great. Man, maybe I'm just swimming in the wrong pond. Just been in this hole. Yeah, man. Put on the Doors. If anybody knows, it's the Doors.
Well, I've been down so goddamn long that it looks like up to me.
It's kind of cool once you.
Well, I've been down so very damn long that it looks like up to me. Yeah, why don't one you people come on and set me free?
this is a prison planet.
Yeah, come along here, mister. Come on, let the poor boy be.
I think the main thing is we don't realize how dumb humans are compared to the those who run this shit. And they ain't human. Hello, Mr. Flea. Son of a bitch. Ugh, fucking cat giving me fleas and shit. We're in the fucking. I got a shower. I'm out of here. Fucking horse shit. Synchromysticism. It's very easy to get stuck in hell. Don't get stuck in hell. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say.